The case of kiss of death, Keir strikes again, seemingly so. Let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today. Hope you're keeping well, whatever. As you now know, of course, the fallout for the election 2024, particularly over in America, well, it's been a big fallout. We had a similar thing, as you know, in July over here. And many people now are actually wishing that they'd stuck with Rishi. Wishing Rishi, absolutely, because what we're seeing is the terrible situation. Now, what's happening, as you know, it's very difficult, isn't it, when you look at politics? And when I've said to you before about how celebrity endorsements can be either very good or very bad. This has gone on for years. You know, Frank Sinatra was very supportive of President Kennedy, even, of course, changing the song High Hopes to new lyrics. They spectacularly fell out when, of course, Frank found out that Kennedy had decided to stay at Bing Crosby's house, and Frank had even built a helipad on top of his house so that the presidential helicopter could land. So furious was Frank, he bust up that helipad with a hammer all by himself. You understand how celebrity endorsement works now. Fascinating stuff, right? You can understand recently what happened over here in the United Kingdom when this bombshell was released. That's right, Keir Starmer was sending 100 of his very best people to go out and support the electorate. Kamala Harris. Now, as you know, she's still the sitting president, the vice president of the United States of America. Seemingly Sleepy Joe, as they've dubbed him, has decided to go off into the land of Nod, just riding it out until January. Interesting stuff, that, isn't it? But how did that fare? Well, what's interesting, and what I find out, of course, on the political beat, is seemingly this, because as we all saw, these particular celebrities like Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Lopez, there were so many stepping forward, of course, to say, yes, we're going to endorse them. And now they look terribly bad. Barbara Streisand, Cher, they're all allegedly threatening to leave the United States of America, should, of course, the president-elect Donald Trump move in. Well, he's moving in, but I don't see Barbara Streisand packing that bag yet, you know? You see how it works. Cher's too busy plugging her autobiography. She can't move off either. They're all just back down in the end, you know what I'm saying? This is what it means. Celebrities lie to you, right? Now, where it gets even more interesting is this, because as you know, the pop superstar, royal favourite Taylor Swift, actually endorsed Kamala Harris on Instagram with a long and lengthy message. And Kamala was hoping that, Taylor would come on to one of the rallies and embrace her and say she's marvellous and all that sort of stuff. But she wouldn't. But what was it? Was it the fact that there wasn't enough millions of bucks being offered to get, of course, Miss Swift on the stage? Well, the sort of story goes that it was all down to the fact that she was busy touring and she couldn't break off, all that sort of stuff. She could have done, literally, but she didn't, right? But the background was this. After the debacle that had happened over here in the United Kingdom with the free tickets, Keir Starmer, and all of the government just rinsing the freebies to go and see this pop superstar, she didn't want to get too politically aligned. Hence the reason that, well, Kamala suffered the loss of the support of Taylor in person. So while Sir Keir, of course, decided to send out his 100 best people, turns out he was literally the Keir kiss of death to the fact that Miss Harris lost out on one of her most staunch supporters, in the flesh at least. Can't wait to see how this plans out when they all finally meet up for a commiserating dinner, can you? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.